Now, left brain management, always wants better products. On the other hand, right brain marketing wants different products. Take the war between Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola. In blind taste tests, consumers prefer the taste of Pepsi-Cola. But when they can see the cans, consumers prefer the taste of Coca-Cola. So how can Pepsi win? I mean, Pepsi can't win by being better. They already taste better than Coca-Cola. Pepsi can only win by being different. Matter of fact, go back in history. I mean, Pepsi was on a roll when they were different. Years ago, they had a strategy, be different. They said, look, you don't want to drink what your parents drank. You're the Pepsi generation. They were totally different than Coca-Cola, the old established cola that appealed to older people. They appealed to younger people, totally different than Coca-Cola. Today, the strategy is gone. Anybody remember what Pepsi-Cola's strategy is today? Here it is, refresh everything. How is that different than Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola doesn't refresh anything? How did Dell become the global leader in personal computers? They were different. They were the only personal computer company that just sold direct to business, just direct and just to business. In the 2002, in the global PC market, Dell was number one, 18% of the market. Hewlett-Packard, number two, 16%. And IBM, a distant third, was 7%. So what did Dell do next? Well, you know what Dell did next. They did what most companies run by left brain management do. They expanded the line and they lost their differentness. The first thing they did was try to get into the consumer PC market. Remember? Ben Curtis, dude, you're getting a Dell? And then they got into consumer electronics. They started selling Dell TV sets and Dell MP3 players, and also distribution in retail stores. Over the years, they have destroyed their differentness. Now, in the global PC market in 2009, Hewlett-Packard, number one, 21%. Acer, the Taiwanese company, 13%. And Dell today is buried in third place, 12%. And consumers, after all that effort, are still only 19% of Dell's sales. Dell stock in 2000 was $59.69 a share. Dell stock today, look it up, $13.67 a share. How did Enterprise become the number one car rental company ahead of Hertz? 10.1 billion Enterprise, Hertz 7.1 billion. Well, they were different. You see, almost all car rental companies, including Hertz, focused on the airports. So Enterprise did it different. They focused on the suburbs, and not only focused on the suburbs, they focused on a thing called insurance replacement. In other words, they were serving customers with insurance policies that provided a replacement vehicle in case the customer's automobile was damaged in an accident or perhaps stolen. Insurance replacement. How did Nintendo become number one in video games? They were different. And they were competing, incidentally, with the big giants, Microsoft and Sony. In 2010, the video game market, Nintendo, number one, 47% of the market. Sony with the PS3, 28%. And Microsoft Xbox, 24%. The Nintendo difference? Wireless motion detector controllers. A totally different approach to video game playing. And also, this is not the only different product they introduced. They pioneered the portable video game player with the Game Boy, which has sold 130 million units. And then they did the Nintendo DS dual screen portable video game player, 125 million units sold. Look at Sony, for example. The last different product Sony introduced was the Walkman. introduced in 1979. Now, Sony is a well-known company, but if Sony were a private company and nobody knew what their sales and profits were, everybody would think Sony was doing great. Sony is not doing great. Sony is in trouble. Compare Sony with Nintendo. In the last 10 years, Sony has had sales of $696.3 billion, and Nintendo, $75.3 billion. In terms of profits, however, Sony has had profits of $8 billion. Nintendo has had profits of $11.5 billion. Or if you look at net profit margin, Sony has a net profit margin of just 1.1%. Nintendo, 15.3%. Hey, you know Sony's in trouble because Sony is now run by an Englishman, Sir Howard Stringer. When a Japanese company is run by an Englishman, you know the Japanese company is in trouble. Number one rule in marketing, be different, not necessarily better. I mean, some consumers might assume it's better, but you got to approach the market by being different, not necessarily better.